And then this is going to be first name here. Alright, yep. The only thing that is different is I give it a color, but that doesn't really matter. Why not? So we'll give each one a color. And the background doesn't have to be transparent. So let's give each one a color. V. I'm actually going to copy all this, but actually one more thing is I'm going to make it a type text. Because we're going to have type, not text in this one. Alright, so this is pretty good. Dun, dun, dun. Control C. Ooh. V. V. Alright, so then the next one we're going to just do last name. I'm actually going to split this up. Last name, first name, last name. Alright, last name. Alright. This one's going to be called last name. Type text. Okay, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, and then we're going to get to the email one, which is also type text, but it's going to be called email, email, email. 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 Yep. Email. And then this one's going to be actually type password. So then name is going to be password, password, password. 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 Alright, so that's the sign up one, which is the longest one, so that's pretty good. Submit, type equals submit, MD. And I'm actually not going to put in a material, I'm just going to, because that's for sending, this is like a nice little thing, but this is actually going to be called create, because that's more intuitive for that, and then this is going to be called just class button for button, apparently. Yep, and then the close the form. Where's that div going from? No, we'll keep that, why not? And then yep, close the form, close the mat card contact, close the mat card, and then we need to close that div up top. Alright, cool. And the other one is easier, so basically the same thing. We're just going to copy and paste. Alright, and then instead of all this, it's just going to be because we're going to do this is going to be the sign in one. Nope, in, and then the on sign in submit it should be. Yep. Alright, yeah, it looks pretty good. And this one's going to be called sign in instead of create. Alright, and then the last one is literally just a button, so that's nice and easy. So we're going to copy everything again. Control C. And then what we're going to do, yep, and this one's just going to be called logout. Logout. Yeah, and then it's just going to have nothing except for this button at the end. So I'm going to keep that div, but there's no form. It's just literally It's not type submit. Any button. Then we're going to come over here, and I'm going to do, so another way, instead of, this is how you really put a click command to the button. This is going to be called on logout. The other ways, it was the submit, it ran the submit function of the form, but now since we're not in a form, this is what we get. So that's pretty easy. On logout, yep, and then so we're just going to call this logout again. Alright, pretty good. Yeah, so then we're going to go head on over to our TS, and then I'm actually going to come over to this part, and I'm going to copy this again. Boom. Because we need it. Actually, I don't think we need, oh, we do need the form. Who does use it? Then we're going to come down here and call providers. Providers, yep. That's going to be data service. Right there, and you guessed it, we need user instead. So this is actually in the same folder, and it's going to be user.model. Yep. And then we're going to need one more that we don't usually use, and it's going to be called router. This is really just going to allow us to route to home after we sign up. We sign in. So at Angular /router. Good to go. Alright, sounds good. Yep, data user model. Alright, that looks pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. And then we're going to call private. That's kind of funny. Okay, private web service. And it's going to be type datas. And then we're also going to call private router. And this is going to be of type, guessed it, router. Alright, and then we're going to come over down to right before here, we're going to create a couple of functions that we kind of already talked about. What did that do? Which one was that? No. Nope. Okay. Alright, so then this is going to be the on, sign up, submit, and it's going to take in F, on, sign in, submit, it's going to take F. Oh man, this is going to be logout. Or is it on logout? On logout. Why not? Keep it consistent. On logout. F. Alright, so then we're going to start defining all of these. So then we're going to do the on sign up one. Yep, so then we're just going to create constant user that we're going to equals new user. Just going to be f.value dot email. Is that what we define first? f.value dot password, f.value dot first name, f.value dot last name, and then should be good. This is actually one of these regular parentheses. Alright, so that's pretty good. And then we're just going to call this dot web service service. There we go. Dot add user. Yep, it's going to be user dot subscribe, and then we're going to reset the form. F dot reset. Reset. Alright, looks pretty good. Yep, and then we're going to have to do the on submit one. And I'm actually going to call this G just because I'm actually going to go back here and I'm actually going to call it G. I don't really want to name two forms the same thing, so I'm actually going to call this G. we're going to put G in here as well. Yeah, that's the only parts you should really change there. Yeah, so the on submit, we're going to create const. Oh, where did I go? Const user again equals new user, and like I said, the other g dot value dot email, g dot value dot password. That's all we're going to put in for them, and then we're going to do this dot data dot web service dot sign in user subscribe, and then we're going to subscribe to it, and then it's going to be data, and what we're going to do with that data is it's going to do, we're going to go local storage. So local storage is really nice. You're allowed to store variables within the browser, so you can get them from any web URL within your website. So if I'm on blog, so if I sign in and then I have my token, I can get that token whether I'm in the blog or once I route if I'm in the home, or if I'm in the blog, or if I'm in get contact, which is nice. Otherwise, you'd have to pass it every time. Then it'd be in the URL, and I just hate that. So, storage dot set item user ID data dot user ID. Alright, and then we're going to use, once we get everything back, we're going to reroute this router. This dot router dot navigate by URL slash bang bang bang. There it is. And then otherwise, we're going to pass the error. So error console.log error. .log error. Close that up. And then we're going to want to do a g.reset. Alright, looks good. And the last one is on logout, and we actually don't need that. That's kind of silly. Silly. Alright, and it's going to be this dot web service dot logout. This dot router dot navigate. I also want to navigate home after the navigate by URL. Again, I want, yep, okay, there you go. Again, I want to, yep, and then that's good. Alright, so then if we built this, that'd be fine, but I'm actually gonna, because I don't have it with me, because I'm a dummy, I'm gonna actually open this up, and I'm gonna copy something that we have here, because I don't want to waste much time on it, because it's not really that long. So we're gonna do it like we just said. We had add user, sign in, and log out. So I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna post them, and I'll walk through each one. So that's really kind of what I do anyway. Me typing it is just walking through it slower for you guys. So I'll walk through each one with you as I come over here. We're gonna need. Yep. So that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need the log out. And then I'm actually gonna copy one more thing, just because. Oop. Oh, am I in this one? Oh yeah, I need class 5, not part 5. Yeah, just because I really don't want to waste any of your time. So here, this is how we're going to pass our token in. So that's all I'm going to do. So there we go. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to paste that in as well. Web.service, and it's going to go on a lot of them, so any of them's fine to post in. So put it after header, and then we're going to pass the token. Alright, so then if we built everything, let me just make sure up here. Yep, looks pretty good. Sign up, sign in, we put those in there, and then log out. Log out, we're just clearing the storage. We're not actually going to we're not logging out in any way to the server. The server doesn't really care. It just sent the information, the token and stuff to us, whether we saved it, whether we didn't. It doesn't matter, but we're just clearing all that so that to the website you're signed out. You got nothing. So let's go ahead, let's build this, let's see what happens. ng build. Just to see if we caught any errors. I'm not sure if I'm going to test it right now because there's one more thing that I'd like to show you guys. No, you know what? I am going to test this right now. Can't find .user model. Cannot find name user. Well, yeah, if you can't find the model. Oh shit. Okay, rename. .user.model.ts. I hope somebody. No, I don't think anybody would have. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. What time do we got? Alright, we got about. It still can't find user. It has no export. Oh, you're right. It does. It only has a post. So there we go. ng build. Alright, let's see. Cannot find user, cannot find user. Let's see. Web.service.ts. Oh, that's probably because I called it something different. Oh, yeah, because I didn't even import it. And then here we go. User from / login user.model. Alright, so then we're going to come here, we're going to build again. Oh, I said I was going to walk in with you. Okay, so here we go. Here's add user. Basically, it's just like a regular post with the body that we create. And then here is sign in. So sign in is the same thing. So I guess I could have formulated them, but I didn't want to get anything wrong. Alright. Well, as little wrong as I could, because as you can see, we're getting some things already wrong. Okay, so login.component.ts error expected 4 arguments got 2. 4 to 5 arguments got 2. What line is that? I think that's saying about our 3019. So let's go to 3019. 30. Okay, but I said that it doesn't matter. New user, and I said that they are optional. Oh, because I didn't put the. Here we go. Sorry, guys. There it is. So you need the question marks even within those because it's gonna yell. You like yelled at me. So there we go. And hopefully that's good. Yep. All right, then. Actually, I won't because. No, I will. I will. One or the other. Who knows? All right, so I am gonna do it. Node server. Oh shoot. I'll go to routes API. Where's that e-turn? There it is. Okay. Yep, that's return. Okay. Let's see if it comes back to us. It does. All right. Cool. What did I name the login? have to have routes. I don't even know what the login path is. Finding login. Yep. Div. 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 Sometimes I don't see it. Input div button div form. Yeah, that doesn't matter, it does that anyway. I think we figured that out last time. Let's try to look at that error again. Okay, so MD card content, Mac content, div. So it keeps saying it almost after every Mac card, but it usually means something else. So let me try to find it. If I can't, Mac card content. Oops. Let's see. Mac card title. Oh, there it is. Okay. Class equals. And because I copied it again, class equals. Alright, cool. So then we will build this one more time. ng build. Alright, so then we'll build it one more time. We will create a user. I'm actually going to create a new tab because we're going to have to fetch the user collection. No, actually we don't have to fetch the user collection, but we do have to start making a Mongo whatnot. Alright, so then node mon server. Alright, so here we go. So, alright, so, two elements, unique, hashtag upload. Interesting. Have non-unique. I don't know. Anywho, let's sign up. Let's try to sign up at least, see if it works. So we're going to do, my first name is Zach, my other name is Pearson. We'll do Zach at Gmail, just cause, Zach at gmail.com. And then password, I'll type in capital P password. Alright, create. So then we have to sign in. I didn't get an error there, so I'm assuming it worked. So Zach, oh god, what did I even do? Zach at Gmail. I know my password, but I kind of blanked on. I think I did that. Password. Sign in. Okay, cool. So I'm signed in. So if we go to application, we have some stuff here. So we have that is our token. We're going to come down here. Just have to scroll that down. So then we have this user ID where I'm actually going to copy this because we're going to need this. So copy. And we only want the buttons to show if the local host is equal to that. So where is that? Yeah, so we're only going to want to show, okay, so where's the admin? Is admin, we only want this to be true if when we go to our local storage, because that's where we're saving our token and our user ID, .get item, if it's us, because other people can log in, but we don't want them to be able to see the buttons that we create for adding in. There it is. For adding and deleting stuff, so that's what that is. So is admin, and then I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna post it in one of my admin address books. So, and then I'm gonna go to blog component.ts. All right. I don't want anyone to see that. Good. All right. So then. There's actually one more thing that we need to do with this ID, and that's because even though like people can't see it, they can still delete things by typing in this URL. So where's the URL? So say we had a get post. Say we had the post contact, and then they threw in a request body. Even though they don't have the button, they could use postmon or something to send a request.body that would match up, and they can create an obscure post. We don't want that. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to create something. So where's all the, okay, so we do want these posts though, because we want people to be able to sign up, post, but if they're not us, then we don't want them to post anything. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go here, and we're going to go into our app.js, and we're going to say we're going to have our router use something, because just like it's kind of using body parser, we're going to have it use something that JWT gives us. So we're going to do router.use, and then anything after this won't be the anybody logged in that's not us won't be able to access these URLs. Function request.res.next slash comma next. All right, so then we're going to do jwt.verify, and then we're going to do request.query.token, and I'll show you how to put stuff in the query. And then this is that word that I was talking about that was up here that I'm just putting token in, but please make it something else. But they have to be the exact same. So because this is how we're reading it in. So we set it up with token. Now this is our secret word to kind of read it in as well. We're comparing it. And then we have it decoded then after, so we're going to pass the decoded stuff into here. Good stuff. So if error return SSS 500 oh yeah, we need that .json too. Alright, good, cool beans. And then we're going to pass in title and error occurred. Yep, we know. Error, yep. It's error. Alright, cool beans. And then if that doesn't happen, which is there, then we're going to say if decoded user ID. So within our so we pass the user ID and we're passing the token, but within that token is a encoded user ID. So then when we never pass the user ID through our query. Oh, well, we don't really want all that. We never pass the user ID through our query, but we pass the token in through our query, which contains a user ID. Then when it decodes it, it's going to have a URL. User ID, and then after we decode it, we can get this URI from decoded. It's going to have a type user. It's going to have a user, and then it's going to have the ID of that user. It's of a user variable. Return res.status. So if it's not us, we want to return this .json. Title. Oops. And error occurred again. Actually, we should keep them the same. Occurred. And then error is going to be token needed. even though they passed a token in, it's just not the token we want. So we're just going to tell them that we just need a token. And then we're going to pass next, so that if this all works out, that's going to go to all the next ones. So then I'm just going to put something here. So if it is that, then it'll just go continue on. So what we're actually going to want to do is we don't want any gets below here. So because we're going to want all the users to be able to get these things. So we're going to move this get up above this. Above this, because the gets are, we want people to see this information. So why we're posting to why we have a database kind of. Well, mostly, unless you have like data that you don't want people to see, which is actually understandable. Then you would put that get behind here and only want to show if it's you. So that's actually very understandable. But for our purposes, we want people to see our posts, and maybe we want people to see our contacts as well. I don't know. So yeah, all the gets are up here, and then we don't want any posts except for the sign in and the sign up. That works. Okay, that's pretty good. So now when somebody's logged in, they can only see the button to add in things. If they're us, and if they're not us, then they can't, which is good. So then actually what I'm going to, we have an error. .json, we don't want that JSON to be closed. Where are you? It's in the .use, I know that. Where was that? JSON, there it is, and then this closes it right there, boom. Yep, sorry, I started up. Okay, so, yeah, so, I need to build it. Control C, yes, build. Alright, that's good. I actually really want to find out where that upload error is coming from, because I don't like that at all. Just don't like having errors. So we have an ID upload. Oh, it is coming from this. Oh, it's our form ID. I wonder why I called them both the same thing. So I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to go over here. Oh, it's because I copied and pasted it, and then I changed one, but I didn't change the other. ID upload. ID